Alright, what up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, Tyler here. Or if you're new, welcome. Today I wanted to do something a little different. I'm gonna do a get ready with me. I'm gonna go to brunch today with some friends, but I wanted to show you kind of what I do on a daily neutral, like genderqueer eye makeup look. So today I'm gonna use the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've really been enjoying this palette. I think it's super fun. Got it for Christmas, so love that. But yeah, ultimately I just wanted to do a video to show you kind of different eye looks that I've done. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that I post a bunch of random ones all the time, and some of them just, I feel like they always end up a little more dramatic than I expect. But today I'm gonna do my best to try and do like a neutral eye. So if you have hooded eyes or just experimenting or learning, I've been trying to watch some videos. I think I found out I have a more rounded than almond eye shape, and my hoods do like weird stuff. Like you can see my eyes puff a little bit. I don't know. You know, I wanted to just make a video in case anyone else was interested. If you're just a person with hooded eyes or rounded eyes or whatnot, or you're experimenting with this palette, we can make something together. So I'll show you what's on the inside. I've used it a little bit. It is a little bright in here, but you can see the shimmers are really, really bright. I'll probably be using the burnt orange. Burnt orange is this one. Oop. It's pretty close, like it's still definitely noticeable on my lid, but it's not as intense as some of the browns or the reds. So to start priming my eyes, I just use this like, honestly probably really old Wet n Wild primer. I don't even know if I should be using this anymore. So I just smudge this all over the lids and like up honestly to my eyebrows, because since I have like those hoods, I blend up pretty high. I plucked my eyebrows so that canvas is like pretty open now. That's like one tip if you want to just help with hooded eyes, like shaping your eyebrows even just a little bit to make the canvas more open, like that full space really helps. I think I'm gonna use this one. So this is just like a pretty large fluffy brush. It's a little rounded, but it's fine because we'll probably blend it out later anyway. So I'm gonna take that burnt orange, put a little bit on, tap it off or whatever, and then I like pack it here in that V area of my lid, and I just pat, and then I swipe it around. I'm trying to do lighter on this eye because this eye always looks better, I think, because I usually do this one first, and I think I use too much product on it, and then it looks just a little more like pigmented and less blended. So you can see it's like really subtle. It's not like an intense color. We'll add some more so it'll be a little more noticeable, but like I said, I'm trying to be a little more careful. So I'm gonna go in with more of that burnt orange, tap it off. And I'm like being pretty light now just because I already have it like in there, so now I'm just kind of adding a little bit more pigment all around. Okay, I'm gonna start blending this up a little bit. I haven't added any more pigment to the brush. I'm just letting what's already on there. And I have to be careful because my brow bone right here, like I said, sticks out a little bit. So it likes to catch a lot of pigment. So when I'm blending there, I try to be really light and do like circle motion so it doesn't all just get on one part of my brow bone, because then it looks like my makeup is really unblended and chunky. And we're likely gonna just put this burnt orange all over our lid. Yesterday I used a lighter lid shade from this. It's called Orange Soda. So I used that, but I think I want it to be a little bit, it's like cloudy today, so I think I want it to be a little bit darker, but not too intense, because it's just a brunch. It's not like dinner or anything in a dark restaurant. Like it'll just be pretty casual. And I like to always kind of have like a little point. I don't really round out my eyeshadow. One, it's just kind of how it works out on my brow bone and with how my anatomy works, it just kind of looks that way. And two, I kind of like that. I don't do like a huge rounded eye, kind of like something a little more angular. I'm probably gonna use, like I said, that shade all over the lid, so I'm just gonna grab like a flat brush or whatever, and I'm just gonna take that Orange Soda, same shade, and just like pack it onto my lid. And honestly, for my day-to-day stuff, like doing either a monochromatic or just really simple look, I'm usually happier with. Like when I overdo it, then I'm like, whoops. And honestly, you could probably just pack it all onto the lid and then blend it out from there if you wanted. But because my eyes are hooded, I like to have a little bit more control over that process at first. But I am gonna take this and just keep blending a little bit. And I like to angle my brush up a little bit so that way when I am blending, I'll know that I'm getting above that hood some, but I'm not like taking my brush all the way up to my brows, you know? just because this is already a fluffy brush, so doing those circular motions will smoke it out. So this is a pretty like very simple look. I'm gonna add some more into my crease. Probably, like I said, a little bit of a darker brown. So I'm gonna go in with a fluffy blending brush. I don't know why that was so hard to say. And I'm gonna go into this rustic color right here. Let's see that. The sienna is a little bit more orange, but I just want something that's kind of neutral. And then I'm just gonna honestly take that onto the side of my lid first, and I'll probably just blend it up and out. I'm not adding any more pigment, but I'm just diffusing that out with the same brush. But like I said, I didn't dip any more pigment onto it, but I'm taking those circle motions and really trying to just blend it. Okay, I'll do that on the other side. But even now you can kind of tell like this has a little bit more pigment than the other side. For some reason, I don't know why, I'm always a little more heavy-handed on the first one. Sometimes I do like to add just a little shimmer, especially because in this soft glam palette, I don't find the shimmers to be like too overwhelming. I am gonna go back with this brush that I used for the burnt orange, just tap in once and knock it off, and really blend out those edges again on the brown. But I'm just going and really blurring out that slightly darker brown that we used on the outside and in our crease. I think I'm gonna go in with glistening. This one, it's got like a more of a bronzy gold. I'm just gonna take that on my finger so you can kind of see it. And I'm just gonna pat that on the lid. And this part doesn't need to be perfect, but it just adds a really light sheen. Like you can see this one's a little more sparkly. So I don't put too much on just because I'm not really doing it for pigment. I'm just doing it for like the shine. And I'll take that into my inner corner a little bit just with my finger. Because since this is like an everyday makeup look, it doesn't have to be perfect or crazy. I'm doing the same on the other side. Yeah, so honestly, that would probably be my full look. And then I'll set this with, I use MAC Fix Plus. You could do some under eye stuff if you want. I usually don't. I don't know why, it's just like not what I like to do. I might put product in my hair, but honestly, I kind of like what it's doing on its own in this weird like mohawk mullet thing. So I'm gonna change, I'll go set this and I'll be right back. So I lied a little bit, I didn't super change, but I set my makeup with this, the MAC Fix Plus. I'll need to wear my glasses. They're super dirty right now, holy. I'll probably wear these, one, because I'll be driving, so I need to see. But I'll take them off for the sake of this, so you can see the makeup. Like I said, it's like pretty subtle, just like adds a shimmer, but it's kind of fun. I'm doing some layers because it's supposed to be pretty cloudy today. So, you know, if I want to take my jacket off and just wear the hoodie, I can. But otherwise, I'm like Canadian tuxedoing. And then just some white chucks, and that's the look. It's just pretty casual today. So I hope this was helpful if you are, you know, a queer person, a guy, a lady, whatever. I hope this makeup tutorial is helpful. I know it's different than a lot of my law school related content. Trying to find things to post while I just wait for admissions decisions. I did get some exciting news this week, but I'm waiting to share everything all in that video. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I will have my decisions by February or the end of February, so I can get that posted in March, but it's been a very slow cycle. So until then, we're doing stuff like this. If there's other videos you'd want to see, please be sure to comment down below and let me know, or DM me if you have questions. It's always been really, really great, whether it's makeup stuff or, you know, law school stuff. I love hearing from people that find these videos, like, they're just so random and weird. But yeah, like and subscribe. It helps the channel. I appreciate it. And I am going to head out before I make myself late for brunch. So yeah, thanks again. I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.